How's it going, everybody? I am the Red-Eyed Monster, and this is the Red-Eyed Rant. Today in the News Digest, protest clash ends lull in Hong Kong. Hong Kong protesters threw bricks and gasoline bombs at police, who responded with tear gas as chaotic scenes returned to the summer-long anti-government protest on Saturday for the first time in nearly 2 weeks. The protest march started peacefully as supporters took the streets to demand the removal of the lamppost over worries that they could contain high-tech cameras and facial recognition software used for surveillance by Chinese authorities. The government in Hong Kong said smart lampposts only collect data on traffic, weather, and air quality. What you have to ask yourself is, do you trust what your government tells you? You don't know that they can't go in and have facial recognition. They could. That's why I am the Red-Eyed Monster. They could never recognize my face. So I believe that the Hong Kong protesters have a serious demand on the facial recognition technology software. They have every right to remove those poles. Also in the news, Iran oil tanker headed to Turkey. Arab Emirates. An Iranian-flagged oil tanker pursued by the U.S. amid heightened tensions between Tehran and Washington changed its listed destination to a port in Turkey early Saturday after Greece said it would risk its relations with America by aiding it. In U.S. federal court documents, authorities allege the tanker's true owner is Iran's Revolutionary Guard, a paramilitary organization answerable only to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The U.S. declared the Guard a foreign terror organization in April, giving it the legal power to issue a warrant for the vessel's seizure. Meanwhile, Iran sanctioned prominent Washington-based think tank Foundation for Defense of Democracies, which led criticism of Tehran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers over its alleged economic terrorism, something the organization described as a badge of honor. So here we see Iran trying to evade what is eventually coming, which is the U.S. seizure of this ship. It is certainly going to happen, and who knows what tensions this could create between Washington and Iran. Nobody knows. But it sure seems to be ongoing in the news lately, if you know what I'm saying. Now let's read some briefs. Space. A Russian space capsule carrying a humanoid robot has failed to dock as planned Saturday with the International Space Station. A statement said the space station itself and the 6-person crew are safe. A new attempt will be made on Tuesday. Immigration. President Donald Trump has criticized North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper for vetoing a bill that would have required the state's sheriffs to recognize requests by federal immigration agents to hold jail inmates believed to be in the country illegally. That is good news, folks. Because, if people are here illegally, the federal government should have the right to know and to be able to get rid of them. And so these cities not wanting to cooperate and wanting to do what they want with illegal aliens is just mind-boggling. Syria. The Israeli military attacked targets near Damascus Saturday in what it said was a successful effort to thwart an imminent Iranian drone strike on Israel, stepping up an already heightened campaign against Iranian military activity in the region. The airstrike, which triggered Syrian anti-aircraft fire, appeared to be one of the most intense attacks by Israeli forces in several years. Also good and great news. what is ironic and what is bad about this is that there are Congress women that are against Israel. They do not think Israel should even exist. They think it should be Palestine. Well, Israel is the only democracy, is the only democratic ally of the United States in the Middle East. Everyone else around there hates the United States. So having Israel there, you know, and they are a legitimate state created in 1948, they're a legitimate state. They are a sovereign state. Iran is kind of moving in on the outskirts, and they have every right to go and just pound the shit out of them. So good job to Israel. Honor. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi received the United Arab Emirates' highest civilian honor during a visit Saturday to the oil-rich Gulf nation, reinforcing ties between the countries even as he pursues stripping statehood from the disputed Muslim-majority region of Kashmir. Election. The arrest of a Tunisian media magnate, who's the leading presidential candidate, is rattling the country's young democracy. Nabil Karoui was detained while campaigning Friday, and he and his brother were jailed on allegations of tax evasion and money laundering. A shooting. A friend of the Dayton gunman, who investigators say bought body armor and an ammunition magazine used in the shooting, has lost a second attempt to get out of jail. Authorities say there is no evidence that Ethan Colley knew his friend Connor Bett was planning that shooting August 4th. He's instead charged with lying on federal firearms form while buying a pistol that wasn't used in the attack. Wow. All right, so that is the news digest for today, Sunday, July 25th. Thanks for stopping by the Red-Eyed Rant. I'll see you next time, everybody. Goodbye.